If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, go ahead and hit that like button, man. It's Friday. I just felt like I want to get up here and go live for the squad. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know if we're going to get some viewers today. But hey, if you're seeing this in the future, appreciate you for, joining us. You know what I'm saying? But let's try to give it, a couple minutes to see if anybody comes in, man. This week was a good week, man. I got some things to brewing in the background. I'm just going with the motion, man. Going with the flow. It's another opportunity for us. Always gonna be another play. That's why I named this. Have faith. It's gonna work out better than expected. Had a great time talking to my mom on the phone, man. It's always good to chop it up with her and see what she got going on, seeing the motion she doing. Me personally, I just been working, man. I feel like I could be working a lot more, but my line of work, caused me to sit still and be quiet and focus on what I'm doing. So it'd be like, I don't be having to move around a lot. So I be taking advantage of these rest periods. But I want to, start getting back into motion and doing what I'm supposed to do, and reaching my goals. And I feel like, we're entering into that fourth quarter, and this last 10-year run was crazy. Leaving Hawaii, going to the military, got then go spend in the military for 5 to 6 years, and then after that getting out the military and then going on that run, driving trucks, doing fiber, being unemployed, working for Velocity, going back to driving trucks. It's been a crazy 10-year run, man. We did a lot of work, and then not only that, getting certified, going to school. I'm in school now, so it's been crazy, man. It's been a long 10 years, and and the 10-year run don't even end until next year. So, I went into the military 2016, my 10-year run in 2026, September. So, so I'm trying to make this last year a statement year, go into this next 10-year run, a whole nother person. I've been practicing, practicing what I preach and just, doing what I do. And I feel like it's only up from here, just trying to keep God first and keep faith and, take care of my family and, do what I can for others and give back and get in a position so I can really have an impact on the world. Because I believe that if you don't have if you're not doing it for something bigger than yourself, then it's futile. I feel like when you have something that you're doing for others, then you really can push yourself to that next level, and it pushes you to that next level. It ain't even always gotta be people that are for you. Sometimes it be bigger than you for people that aren't for you. To some people, use that doubt as fuel. I necessarily don't use it for fuel. I do. If somebody tell me I can't do something and I want to do it, but at the end of the day, it's always because I want to help. I want to provide. I want to be of service to others. That's my end goal. It's never about me. It's always about how can I help others. How can I put myself in a position to help others. And so I just want to start this scripture. I'm gonna start this video off with a scripture from James, chapter 1, James. It says, James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings, my brethren. Count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entering wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that gives to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So let's read that over again. Knowing this, that trying of your faith works patience. I mean, you're gonna have to have patience when you're working with God. God is always gonna make us take the scenic route. God is always gonna make us take the path less traveled down, and it's gonna be the narrow road. Knowing that the trying of your faith works patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, entering wanting nothing. So let have patience. Patience pays, family. Patience pays. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that gives to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavers is like the wave of a sea, drive with the wind and tossed. And I had to learn, what wavers mean. And basically, when we ask for something, when we pray for something, we have to have faith. And when we waver is when we ask for something and then we begin to get disobedient. Is when we get to get out of God's will. Is when we get to being something other than what God calls us to be, and that's when the devil could come in, or that's the enemy could come in and swoop our blessings and take what we were God. Because once we send that prayer up, then it's on our way to it if it's in God's will. But when we begin to get out of God's will, that's when we begin to lose the things that we have. We begin to put roadblocks in front of us and obstacles in front of us, and we begin to have to take detours. So we got to practice obedience. We have to follow God's law. For let not the man think that he shall receive in the same thing. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So if we can't be double-minded, family, if we believe, if we have faith, we have to pray, and we have to do the work, and we have to believe that it's on its way to us. And the less we waver, the less we take those detours, the faster we can get to the destination. The more we have, the more learning curve that we have to have, the more discipline and chastise that God has to give us, the longer it takes for us to get there. It's this thing called the Akashic Records, and it's a digital field that's unseen in the fourth dimension. And what happens is it's a record of everything that always was, everything that will always be. But the thing, it changes when we make decisions. So when we make decisions and we go left or right, those paths take us on a journey, and we continue to take those paths. But in that moment, we have a decision to make to take a path, and the path that God has for us, sometimes it gets a detour in the way because we begin to get into our ego, and we get out of ego, and we get out of sync with God, and we waver, and we go the other way. Then God got to draw us a whole new map. So don't waver, family. Have faith. And I struggle with that sometimes. I struggle with that for a long time, breaking semen retention, breaking my fast, and, doing things, smoking and doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. And it's not easy. But at the same time, we have to keep faith, and we have to, kill our animalistic ways. We have to take it serious when we're walking with God, because especially nowadays, souls are up for grab, family. People are losing their lives, people are losing their soul, and we have to really look at ourselves as if we are a temple, as if we are children of God, as if we are gods ourselves. So let's go ahead and hop into this Mind of a Champion deck that I got from Amazon. First card out, no regrets. No regrets. Wisdom is the understanding of long-term consequences of your actions today. Take a look at your daily habits. Imagine you are 80 years old looking back. What is the things you would do differently? Make that change today. If I had to, I feel like today was a very productive day. I did everything I wanted to do for the most part, and I feel like it was a good day. But that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like I could be doing a lot more. I feel like if I, especially now having a job, I could manage my time. I could be doing things way better, way more efficient. But I also understand, I also get resting, so I don't regret the resting. I don't regret being still, but at the same time, I feel like we have a great opportunity to seize the moment. And I feel like I could be putting a lot more content out there. I feel like I could be reaching my goals, studying a lot more. But at the same time, we have to live with no regrets. We have to realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint. But again, like we just said, you have a path that you can go. And the path that we take is going to get us to the destination. The destination is the destination regardless, but the journey is what matters the most. And we are the captain of our ship, master of our faith. We're controlling the boat. God is just telling us in the way we need to go. God is just sending the wind so we can get there, providing the opportunity, providing the road. It's up to us to drive it. That's what free will is all about, family. But at the same time, we have to realize that, hey, all we know is what we know. So we have to be wise. We have to learn from our experiences. We have to learn from our mistakes. But being wise is not just learning from our mistakes, it's learning from the mistakes of others that came before us. I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. Don't hold on to it, family. Do not hold on to it. Let it go. Learn from it. Grow from it. Let it turn you to who you need to be. So, yeah. Be the best version of yourself. And it takes time. It takes time. It takes. The way I feel like I have a distinguished um, journey from everybody else. Is I've been isolated for a long time, and I feel like that really puts me in a different position because I really don't have an environment to mold me. I've really been molded by God. I've really been God made because I didn't have people around me to sway my decisions for the most part. And I feel like that has helped me both realize and have self-actualization and really learn myself. But at the same time, I feel like we all should strive to be the best version of ourselves. And that takes learning self, that takes earning self, that takes pouring into self, that takes putting in work into self, that takes really being there for self, and really, most of all, getting closer with God because we are all made in God's image. So the closer we get to God, the closer we're going to get to self, the closer we're going to get to our higher self because we exist on different planes, we exist on different dimensions. We all have an opportunity to connect with our higher self, which is going to eventually get us connected to God. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. Think about one thing you can do to improve yourself today and take action. And that's the most important part. You know, prayer without works is futile. And that basically means that if you pray and you ask for something but you don't water the seed, you don't harness the energy, you don't put that work in and build what you're asking God to take you to, it's not going to work. God's not just going to send it to you. So if you ask God to if you have asked God for a house, you don't go out there with it, what you need to do to build the house. You don't get the tools, you don't get the equipment, you don't get everything you need to build a house. You're not even going to get the house. If you asking God for a job and you don't get the skills necessary to get the job, you're never going to get the job. So it's going to take small incremental steps. It's called I think it's like when you get better 1% every day, then eventually you're going to get to that pinnacle. But if you get worse every day, eventually you're going to plateau out. You're not even going to be able to get worse. You're just going to plateau out. You're going to stay the same. And in a world like today where everything is changing, everything is evolving, everything is moving so fast, then you're going to get left behind. You're not going to make it through. You're going to be stuck in the same cycles over and over again. And that's the worst thing, to be stuck in the cycles. And even worse, to not even know that you're in a cycle. Imagine doing something for so long and you don't even realize you're doing it. You imagine, okay, for instance, like when I was smoking. Imagine me smoking for so long and not realizing, man, this is not good for me. This is pumping estrogen in my body. This is making me lazy. This is making me crave foods I don't need to eat. Imagine doing that for so long and then not identifying that. Not really looking at myself and being like, hey, I need to get better. That's the word. That'd be the worst feeling in the world. I have the power to make the choices right for me. I have the power to make the right choice for me. And we have the power to make the right choice for me. And that's the most important part. I'm the captain of my ship, the master of my faith. We have the power to get better. We have the opportunity to take the right direction. And we have the opportunity to go to God before we make a decision so we can get guidance, we can get wisdom, we can get those downloads to know what decision is best to make. It's all in your hands, fam. God give us free will. So, and then the things that aren't in our hands, we leave it up to God. Don't be mad at it, don't be sad at it, don't hold on to it. Let it go. Be the best version of yourself. So yeah, I truly believe this is an exciting time. Some people might think it's a bad, but I feel great. I just want to continue to get better, continue to just become the best version of myself. And I feel like you should too. If you look at yourself in the mirror every day and say you are who you say you are, and then go out there and become a better version of yourself. Thank you. If you found these cards help, I didn't. Be proud. Be proud. I know pride is not something we want to have, but be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you come from. Be proud of what you've done, what you've accomplished. Be proud of your mistakes. Be proud of it. Because at the end of the day, if you're not proud of yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. Feel good about the path you're on. Write 3 things down you are proud of. Keep it in mind for the rest of the day. What am I proud of? I'm proud that I learned how to subnet yesterday, and it really motivated me to really take my homework serious because when you're building a network, it's easy to put the cords in and put the computers up there, but when you actually know how to, when you know how to, you know, get the VLANs up, when you actually know how to submit the networks and put the IP addresses on the network so you can have different devices up there. When you know how to do that, it really puts you in control and be like, hey, I really can go in and build a network from the ground up. And although it's on my computer, but in reality, I can go out there and buy switches, I can go out there and buy routers, I can go out there and buy Ethernet cords, console cords, PCs, servers, all that stuff. Put them in places and create my own VLAN, create my own WAN, and then create IP addresses so they can be on the network. That's pretty cool. I'm proud that I've been working out 6 days a week. That today was my 6-day work, 9th day working out out of my 4-week program, which I have 3 weeks working out, 1 week rest. But on that 1 week rest, I max out. I'm proud that tomorrow's gonna be my back day, and I'm gonna finish my workout. I'm proud that on the 15th, I'm gonna be on the all veggie fast, no, all raw food fast for about 60 days. So that's 3 things that I'm proud of. I feel confident in every situation. And I think that, personally speaking, my confidence comes from the adversity. My confidence comes from being in situations that I was scared. I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the motivation. I didn't have. It comes from, you know, not just being in tough situations, but also putting in the work. And I think that's going to work. Curry said the best, like, I'm confident because I actually put in the work. I do this. It's not something that I just woke up today and then started to do. No, I do this. I put that work in, and that's the most important part about confidence. You learn, you go through adversity. That's gonna build your stamina. That's gonna build your endurance. That's gonna build your strength. That's gonna build your tough skin. And then you actually put that work in, so you can build your skill set. You can build your momentum. You can build that right path of working with God and working on your gifts and watering your seed. You're gonna be confident. So be confident because you are who you say you are. You do the things you say you're gonna do, family. I am creative and my ideas are valuable. Be who you are. And that's what I mean by I feel like I could be doing a lot more. I got a long to-do list to do. And it's like, I am creative and my ideas are valuable. And it's like, so yeah, I am creative and my ideas are valuable. And I think we don't begin to have that confidence in ourselves to put our content out there, to go pursue our ideas, to go do the things that we want to do. I think we shouldn't be that way. We should automatically be like, hey, can add value to the world. No matter what it is, you can add value to somebody. No matter how small, we can add value to somebody. Find your niche. What is one thing that you can do better than anybody else? What is something that is fun for you but others can't do? Stand doing. Become the best at it, and you will never work a day in your life. Passion, purpose, gifts. God has placed that dream inside you for a reason. God has given you something that you can utilize to create as much income as you want. And you might not be able to generate income right away because you have to build that momentum. But if you work your 9 to 5, then you're 5 to 9. You're 5 to 9 a.m. 5 to 9 and 9 to 5. No, 5 to 9. Yeah, 5 to 9 and 5 to 9. Use that time to pour into your gifts. Use that time to do the things that you need to do. That way you can get better at the things you need to get better at. That way you can, begin to create that momentum. And when it comes time for you to generate that income, you are the best version of yourself. You have that confidence. You have that experience. You have what it takes to generate as much money as you need to generate. As much money as you can doing what you do. Dancing within your square. Find your niche. What are you good at? What do you love? What are you passionate about? And be who you are. Be who you are. And most of all, know that you're creative and that your ideas are viable. And then put it out there. Expose yourself. A great seller doesn't come from a smooth sea, family. So it's not gonna be when you're taking off, it's turbulence. It's not gonna be easy. So know that that's just God thickening your skin. That's God testing your faith. So don't waver on it. Embrace it. I respect myself so others may respect me. As a man, I think that's the most important part. Life is, respecting yourself, and then don't let nobody play with you, because there's a lot of facades out here. There's a lot of people that's gonna test you and try you, and we don't want that. We want to stand on business. And, you know, sometimes it's good to be the bigger person, but sometimes it's like, you know, I can't be around. And I'm not saying go crash out. I'm saying, like, man, I can't be around certain people if they don't treat me right. I can't do certain things because that's not who I am. I can't keep repeating the same loops. I can't keep putting myself in situations that God gotta come save me out of, when God has put me in a place of having free will to make the right decision. Learn from that. Respect yourself. Self-respect. A person with self-respect doesn't allow others to treat them badly. Recognize when somebody is disrespecting you and take steps to stop it. Don't let nobody play with you, fam. And I'm at this time where, like, I only want people that's pouring into me like I'm pouring into them. I only want people that's giving to me like I'm giving to them, because it's like, at this point, what else? Why? Why do I have to deal with that when I already went through the worst by myself? I'm not dealing with that. I already had people backstab me. I had people turn on me. I had people treat me like nothing. I'm not dealing with that no more. I only want people that I can pour into, that's gonna pour into me. I only want people that's gonna be there for me, like I'll be there for them. I only want my soul tribe, man, and that's what I want. And I'm not selling it for nothing less. We're gonna make this the last card. Short little video. I just want to get up here and do a video because I need some more content for the shorts. What are 3 rules you stand for? Your name and reputation stays with you forever. Stay true to them every single day. What are 3 rules I'm standing for? Most important, risk management. You know, it's not about how much you win, it's about how much you lose. Having something bigger than yourself, making sure that this is not about me. And I'm gonna make sure that I stand on that everything I'm doing is bigger than me. And 3, protecting what's mine, protecting my family, and making sure my daughter good. Staying on business. I'm respected and loved by others. Speaks all this up. So yeah, like I said, that's a beautiful time to be alive. You see AI is booming. You see technology is booming. You see, you know, fitness is booming, health is booming, wealth is booming, and I feel like we have a great opportunity to do something amazing. And it's only a matter of time, you know, before the truth comes out. And I feel like it's coming out every day. And why not hone in on it? Why not do the things we call to do? And it's gonna take time, like we talked about earlier. So drink your water, eat your fruit, work out, be who you are. Be truthful to yourself, be truthful to others. I told my daughter that, I was like, the worst thing you could do is lie. Because once you lie one time, you gotta lie again and again and again to cover the lie when you could have just told the truth. Love yourself. I need a haircut, I need a manicure. I need to get a lineup, hit the gym. Be who you are. Even if you don't hit the gym, you know, work out, meditate. Do something that's gonna help you, you know, keep your mind off the edge, man. Yeah, we live in a world where, you know, we're being pushed to lust, we're being pushed to, you know, deal with killing and murder and all this stuff, to steal, to vibrate low. Like, find a way to knock off the edge. Find a way to knock off that pressure, because that pressure gonna build. You gotta just find a way to do it. That's all. So yeah, it's Friday. I'm about to spend the rest of my night, you know, doing some networking. Might do some bat testing. I don't know. Pretty good week in the market. Yeah, Saturday I get Z tomorrow. Probably gonna do something. I don't know what exactly, but we got a plan. When it's Z, when I'm with Z, it's always a party. So we got 1 viewer today. Didn't stay for more than 30 seconds, but hey, you know, tomorrow's another day, and you know, I haven't been consistent with live, but you know, this was a live, and I hope this helps you guys, and I hope motivate you guys, and I hope everything is well. Hope everybody's good, and as always, wish you divine love, peace, and harmony on all. Peace.